I'm going to come out and say it. I hate n8n and these automation workflows, these drag and drop tools. I think they're overly complicated, and I found something easier where you can go about building AI automations quicker than the rest of the competition out there with the use of this tool that we're going to get into in this video. As we do on this channel, I'm not going to beat around the bush. We're going to get straight into it. Let's go. So anyone involved in the AI and automation space has most likely seen these n8n, Zapier, and make.com workflows, these overly complex automation spaghettis that people are posting on social media, and it just looks so complex, right? People say, this is my YouTube short automation workflow. This is my LinkedIn post automation workflow. And there's a whole bunch of different ones, right? But you look at this and you go, wow, that looks really complex because it's this crazy bundle of drag and drop lines and little nodes. And I'll pop up a couple of pictures on screen so you know what I'm talking about. There is a tool called string.com. It's known as String Alpha at the moment. It's in its alpha phase. This is not a sponsored video, by the way. It's just a really cool tool that I found and want to bring to the community. It allows you to build, or is basically an AI agent that allows you to build automations and AI agents using natural language, which is what I love. Why do I love it? Because when we interact with LLMs, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, what do? We use natural language, right? To have that interaction. When we go about AI coding, which I cover on this channel, right? When you build code with AI, you use Lovable, Cursor, Bolt.new, a lot of these platforms. What do? You use natural language, English, which is most likely the natural language for a lot of you that are watching this channel because it's in English. You use just natural language to build code. Why not use the same when it comes to automations? Now, this has been covered a slight bit by Zapier and Make. They have the ability to, you can kind of type in what you want to build and it will do a little bit of a layout of the nodes that you need, which is not really perfect every time, but it does save a bunch of time. But it's not as easy of a flow and as efficient of a flow as I found with String. So just a quick one. I said it was new. It is really, really new. You can see they posted their introduction video to string.com on June 27th, right? Today is the first week of July. So about 9 days since they've posted this, 63 likes, 1,300 comments. Not many people know about this. Not a lot of people are using this. It is by Pipedream. You can see 3.4 thousand subscribers. It is a really powerful tool that not a lot of people know about. So get on this and get ahead of your competition before everyone finds out about this. Okay, so once you've signed up, it's quick and easy. Just sign up with Google or an email address. You'll land on this page here. And it's very simple. It's like an AI code. It's like a ChatGPT. It's like any LLM. It gives you a little box that asks you what you want to build, and you describe it in natural language, in English, pure and simple. And they give you a couple of examples, right? So here, for example, let's pick out one. Taylor Swift concert tickets. So click on that as an example, populates, and it says, send me a message in Discord anytime Taylor Swift adds new tour dates to her website. Use AI to summarize any fan discussion or social media buzz about new dates. So you have to think about this from a drag and drop scenario in an automation platform like n8n, right? You would need a trigger. You would need to bring in a node for Discord. You'd have to bring in probably a ChatGPT node to do the AI summarization. You'd have to connect via maybe a webhook or via maybe an API dependent onto her website, to Taylor Swift's website. And you can have to piece these all together and then give instructions so that you're pulling the right information at the right time. In this case, all you do is you write what you want and then you hit enter, and it kicks off the process, and an AI agent does all of that manual work for you. So I've got an example that I really like. I'm a big fan of Pokemon cards, right? So I'm a massive, massive fan of Pokemon. So I've always been a fan. Sorry, I'm nerding out, but I wanted to do something that, I'm really into, which is build an agent that gets a random Pokemon from the PokéAPI, which is a Pokemon API, uses AI to generate a 5 to 7 sentence story about it, and then post it to Slack each morning at 9 a.m. I thought that was pretty cool. So we're going to go with that, and I'm going to hit enter. Now you'll see it will kick off the process once I actually sign it. There we go. So build an agent that kind of creates a Pokemon and a story about them, or brings in a Pokemon and creates a story about them. And you can see it's going to run. Right? I'll create an agent that runs every morning. This is how I build it. I'll set up a daily trigger. So the first step, set up a daily trigger for 9 a.m. Melbourne time. I'm based in Melbourne, Australia. It's already picked up that I'm from there. Add a step to fetch a random Pokemon from the PokéAPI. Use OpenAI, which is ChatGPT, to generate a 5 to 7 sentence story about the Pokemon, and then post the story to your chosen Slack channel. So now there's a couple steps you need to approve, right? Because you want to connect your account, but it's really simple and easy. And you can also say, don't ask again. But I would caveat this with don't ask again, because you may be using background credits, especially if you're connecting to like your OpenAI API or any other APIs, and you're using tokens. If you say don't ask again, you may utilize those tokens without knowing, and you might run up a little bit of a bill. So I would just say go ahead and approve each one until you really got into the flow. I'm not even there. And once you got into that flow, then you can go ahead and approve plans and start them kind of more automated. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and approve a plan. I like that. Let's go ahead. Plan approved. Then it pops up two screens or two tabs in the right-hand side. There's progress, which gives you kind of in English or in text, just the progress of how it's building the automation. And then preview will actually give you a visual preview of how it looks, right? And it will give you a little bit more of that drag and drop node format. So as we get into it, you'll see how this comes about. So you can see on the left-hand side, it's fetching a whole bunch of things. It's connecting to the PokéAPI as a trigger. It's already picked that up. And we're not doing any of this, right? So it's doing all of these things. And I'm just sitting here having a chat to you guys and literally, having a coffee. So crazy. Okay, so you can see the preview has started. So we've got a manual trigger. So it just means we will trigger it. It's not going to be an automatic trigger. You can change that if you want. And then fetch random Pokemon, that's a piece of code. Generate story, that's a piece of code. Post to Slack, that's a piece of code. And if we go back to progress, it's given us our progress over here. So it says it needs to do a test. I need to test the first step. This step fetches a random Pokemon from the PokéAPI and doesn't require any configuration since it's a custom code step that generates random Pokemon ID and makes the API call. I should ask the user to test the step to make sure it's working. So again, we can go ahead and say, yeah, cool. I'm happy with that. Go ahead and test. Cool. So it says tested successfully. So that worked. Now it says I'll hit the OpenAI chat step to generate a Pokemon story. I'll choose GPT-4.1 as it's the most capable. Again, here we want to test the story generation. So again, you can actually check the configuration and you can make those changes, which is cool. You can change the temperature. You can do a few different little things. For this case, we'll just keep it as is. Say test, all good. And you can see in our preview tab, it's actually said, cool, we've tested the first step and now we've tested the second. So they get a little green tick. They're good to go. So the last little thing they'll want to test is post to Slack. Probably going to ask us to connect to one of our Slack accounts. Yep, there we go. So connect to Slack account. So here, just so you guys know and you're aware, you want to kind of connect to your external account. So in this case, we can go ahead and say connect new account. This will bring us over to Slack. I should be already logged into Slack. I am. So we can say allow, done. And then we can say cool, Slack account, submit. And it's going to configure that Slack account, or it's going to just bring in my Slack account and test it. Plus, the one thing I was thinking about was in terms of the pricing of this, which we'll have a look at shortly. But if you look at the bottom over here, you can see I've used 800,000 tokens and I've got 2.8 million remaining. So for a 3-step, we'll see at the end of this where we are at in terms of a 3-step automation, but probably maybe 1 to 2 million tokens. Yeah. And you get probably, 4 million. So you'll probably get maybe 2, maybe 3 automation out of the free string alpha, which I'm wondering if this is per day. We'll check this soon. Okay, so let's see the post to Slack. Let's test that. This is exciting. I wonder what Pokemon is going to choose. Okay, cool. So we've got a little green tick on the post to Slack. So this should be pretty much good to go. Successfully built and tested the complete Pokemon story generator. All three steps are working properly. Now I should provide feedback and offer suggestions for potential improvements or additional features. So we can obviously add that. All right. So I wonder if we head over to Slack, if this is actually posted into our Slack channel. Let's have a check. Alrighty. So in the general channel, we've got daily Pokemon story. Today's Pokemon, Piplup. On a bright, chilly morning in Sinnoh, Piplup waddled proudly along the shore, eager to show off its impressive swimming skills. Though only 4 decimeters tall, its little water type was always up for a big adventure, yada, 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 yada. Sent via Pipedream. And there you go, posted into our Slack channel. And that just goes to show how easy this is and how it works. That's awesome. I think that's pretty cool. And you kind of set that up as a daily trigger or whenever you want. I quickly want to take 20 seconds out of this video just to say big thank you from me to you. We finally hit 7,000 subscribers. It's really awesome. Pretty mind-boggling, to be honest, that, starting this a couple months ago, that I'd be at 7,000 subscribers and 7,000 people would tune in to these videos. So big thank you to you. And yeah, I just hope going forward, I can continue to bring you the content that you want. If there's any content ideas that you have, get in touch with me on social media. Just drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys want, and I can do my best to go about building those type of videos for you and creating that type of content for you. And yeah, if you're watching this for the first time and you don't know who I am, my name is Jagger. I'm an AI product manager, but I'm also an AI content creator. I've been in the space for a couple of years now. I have a master's in applied science, and I'm just focused on making AI as simple as it possibly can be and as practical as it can be for you as the person watching this video. So if you get some benefit out of this video, please do consider liking and subscribing. That does amazing things for the channel. And other than that, back to the video. Okay, so I want to try something where I want to get a transcript from a YouTube video and create a blog post from it. So I've actually given the YouTube URL. It's my last YouTube video that I did on AI ads. And I want to pull the transcript and create a blog post. Let's see how well that does it. So it says first, I will use the YouTube data API to get the video details, then use OpenAI to transform that raw transcript into a blog post. And then we can actually get the blog post from the blog published on a blog post platform like Blogger. Okay, so String has given us our preview. We've got 3 steps. We're going to go ahead and test the first step to extract the YouTube transcript. Successfully extract the transcript from Create Insane AI UGC ads that print money. Step by step, that is the video. That is correct. Transform into blog post using ChatGPT or OpenAI. I've connected my OpenAI account. I believe I have. Yeah. Okay, it's generated a response. We can look at the result. Okay, we've got some stuff, and then there's our breakup. Okay, to connect to a blog account. We don't actually want to publish to the Blogger account. We just want to see the result. No need to post to Blogger accounts. Just give me the blog post as a downloadable Word file. Just try something like that. I just want to be able to download that final step. I actually don't want to publish to anything just yet. Cool, it doesn't look like that's an issue. So it's deleted that last step and it's probably going to replace it. Alrighty, so we've replaced the final step. Let's go ahead and test that. That actually failed, interestingly enough. Node is not found. I think it's going to have to do some debugging there. All right, let's try this again. And finally, it was successful when our AI tokens just ran out. So how's that for luck? Okay, so this is our Word file that is outputted. Create insane AI UGC ads. There's a little bit of an intro, why they dominate Facebook and TikTok. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Recommended AI tools, ArcAds, that's pretty good. Descriptive Synthesia, Canva. Pro tips for ad success, ready to print. And there we go. I mean, like that's not too bad. I mean, probably a bit of editing to be needed there. But I mean, if you come over here to the inputs that we used, right? So this is the user message. So this entire user message, you would normally have to write or use AI to write in your n8n workflow to say, create a comprehensive blog post about the video. Use these different things. Here's the information, adding all of that. System instructions. You're an expert blog writer who creates engaging SEO optimized blog posts. All of that, like if you've looked at my past videos, I've had to write myself. And this is just a good starting point and it does that for you. So yeah, I think not too bad. And, gave us what we wanted. Transcribed our video, pulled the transcript, used AI to create the blog post. And now we can take that and go ahead and post it. So yeah, pretty cool. So one last thing on pricing, it's $29 a month. That is billed annually. So that's $348 billed per year. If you go for a monthly option, it's $45. It is quite steep, but it is very similar to n8n. So, and you're pretty much getting the same as you would with n8n. 20 million AI tokens, 10 active workflows, 5 connected accounts, pretty much what you need if you're just kind of starting out. And even if you're starting to build AI automations for companies, I never go beyond the basic version of n8n anyway. Final verdict, will I use this over n8n? Probably, to be honest. I think it is something that's new. The natural language component of being able to build out automations using natural language and just explain exactly what you want to do versus having to drag and drop things and make sure you've connected the right thing to the right node to the other right node in order to make something work. I think what String is offering is a lot more efficient. And yeah, I would say, it doesn't hurt to try it out. Go play around. You get 4 million free credits. If you want to create a couple of email addresses and try it out a few more times, go ahead and do that. And yeah, if you're keen on it, and go ahead and pay for the basic version and start building out AI automations using natural language. I think it's a little bit of a competitive advantage at the moment, given String's kind of just launched. Pipedream is quite well known. As they integrate more apps, I think this is going to become more and more popular. I think n8n makes Zapier are going to probably do something very similar soon. So you can also wait for that. Who knows? But yeah, other than that, I hope this video was useful. If it was, one thing I do ask is if you'll like and subscribe on the video and on the channel. It does amazing things and it tells me you want more type of this content. You want me to create more of this content. And yeah, if you have any more comments or questions or concerns, just pop them down below. All the descriptions will be down below and check those out. Let me know what you guys think and I will see you on the next video. Cheers.